Good afternoon. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, which is syndicated, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, now the newscasters.com. You can find us on radio by going to icradio.media. You know, Deana and I are live right here at the Gadsden Mall, located in Gadsden, Alabama. You got to come and check it out. By the way, you know they were full capacity there. This is a mall that's actually growing, and I love going to malls. I really do, because I'm extremely cold-natured. So this is what it means. So I can come here in the wintertime and do my shopping without freezing to death, going from store to store. And I got that going on. They've got a nice grocery store that's part of the mall as well, so you can do your grocery shopping. But in the summertime, when it's super hot outside, I'm good with hot weather. I don't mind 90 degrees. I'm good with it. But it's not fun shopping in hot weather. So I can come here in the summertime and do all the shopping I need to do as well. So, and Kaylee Johnson is I think she's called the division manager now. She just got a job promotion.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Kaylee.
Well, you know what Kaylee is, though? Kaylee understands retail, and I think that's why she's such a success here, because all of the retail stores, she can give them little bits of advice on what it's like to be in retail. Oh, wow. So since she started at the bottom and worked up, awesome. So she can tell folks, what works and what doesn't work. And her big deal is customer service.
Yeah, she's good at it.
Oh, she teaches that to everybody.
She's excellent.
And I've learned a lot from Kaylee as well. Okay, I love your accounting firm, Accounting Complete. And so you guys have some new logos. You're going to be seeing those coming up in just a few minutes as well. So it is tax season, but I wanted to bring this up. Okay, you guys you're a team. And what I mean by team, it takes a team to be a successful business.
It does.
And there are so many different aspects, different parts of the business that makes it work. So you guys, let's talk about your team spirit.
Okay, teamwork makes the dream work.
It does.
Okay, it does. It really does. And I really just want to give a shout out to the awesome team at Accounting Complete and Payroll Complete LLC. I just want to let you people know that you are so appreciated. Much more than you may know. I love you. Thank you for the encouragement that you give to me, the support that you give to me to come here and do this show. But I want you to know you're doing an awesome job over there. It's tax season. I know you're busy.
I can only
Thank you for what you're bringing to the table for our clients, but also for the business community here. And for me as a person, as part of your team.
Well, part of our team also is the Chamber of Commerce, Etowah County. That's how you and I met.
Yes, exactly.
And so the Etowah County Chamber of Commerce, and I love the way they work with everybody.
Yes,
and so they're really working with you guys as well.
Yes.
But let's talk about tax season, because there is a season.
It is a season.
And now you guys not only handle the end of the year taxes, or last year's taxes, but you do other things throughout the year as well.
Absolutely. And the thing about this service is that a client can receive everything from the bookkeeping, the accounting, the payroll, taxes, retirement planning, and wealth management. It's a whole package, and they can receive everything under one umbrella. So they're not having to go over here for payroll and over there for accounting or somewhere else.
Or different
for taxes,
companies.
or different companies, exactly.
And that saves time.
It does. And time is money. Time is money. You know that because you're in business. Time is money. And so what happens with us in tax season is that, all the other things still go on. The monthly bookkeeping is being taken care of. The payroll is still being taken care of. But the addition is the taxes have to be prepared. And this firm has never been late with the tax return, no fault of ours. If a client, for some reason, they had some document or something that, that they were late receiving that they had to bring. But other than that, it's
always been a timely finish.
Yes, it's all about that spirit of excellence. And this team, I mean, they are committed to that.
You know, you have a lot of small businesses that are really good at promoting their business, and they're really good at getting that widget out there in production, those kinds of things, but they don't have the expertise it takes to doing the accounting part of the business, and they really don't want to hire an accountant. Now, would this actually take away the thoughts of hiring an accountant for your business? Because you guys are the accountants.
We are the accountants, and what happens is once a company realizes, and we talk with them to see Corey Potapowicz, he's our vice president, so he's the one that talks with the potential clients and see, actually he asks the questions that he needs to ask to see what their need is, so he can determine what we can bring to the table for them that's going to help their business be more organized, because organization it's so important. It is key. And then for them to have the financial, reports every month, timely and accurate reports.
You don't be late with the IRS on anything, too.
You don't want
IRS is, you gotta make sure they get their stuff on
sales
time.
taxes and all of that for companies that that they have need sales taxes done. All of that, we do everything from the detailed general ledger, the payroll register, the just all of that. It is so it's such a such an excellent service because we left really no stones unturned, so to speak, and that way the business owner can actually focus on doing what they do best, and then
frees them up.
It frees them up, and then when they can get their reports on a regular basis, timely, then they have a greater understanding as to where they are in their business. A lot of business owners don't know where they are financially in their business, so they don't know where their money is going, how they're navigating, financially, and they're like, well, I'm making money, but I can't see, I don't know. But with this service, you're going to know everything, because everything is going to be provided.
You'll know what your profit is. You don't even know what your profit margin is. Most people in business don't even know what their profit margin is. It's important.
They don't. So we can provide that, because we do that, the operating statement, which is the monthly profit and loss statement for them. They receive all of that. So that, in conjunction with the tax services at the end of the year, because we've been doing the bookkeeping and payroll and providing them with business guidance and business consulting, tax planning, tax preparation. We've been providing that for them all throughout the year. So when it's year-end time to do the taxes,
there's no dread.
There's no dread, and there's no worry for them.
I think that's pretty awesome. So let me ask you a question about this, and we're going to focus a little bit more on what you guys do. Is there a business too small, or is there a business too large for your firm?
Primarily, we gear our services towards small to mid-sized businesses. Some small businesses, they've only been in business for a little while, maybe, so they don't really have the monthly revenue to be able to afford the service. And then larger companies, many of them, they're corporate level, so they have in-house accountants, in-house CPA, so they don't need an outsourced service, because they're paying someone in-house.
But I can see where it would benefit you not to have the in-house service yourself. But I'm thinking of the taxes. I'm thinking about payroll taxes and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Could benefit to have someone like you.
Yes, and again, if you have someone that maybe they are an automotive, repair person, and that is their expertise. And they're most of the time, they're there at their shop from 7 in the morning until 7 at night or whatever, and they don't have time to do the booking. But not only that, but they don't have the knowledge to do it correctly, and then so that they don't have to be fearful or wondering, well, is that correct? Because then am I going to get audited? Because there's some red flags. And we even have what we call the red flag guardian service, where the accountants are looking over. They're watching over the business to see if there may be things that could, bring red flags.
Potentially, you don't want the red flags.
IRS, and you don't want that. You don't want that, and so it's all done.
And it's so important to use your firm too, because tax laws change
constantly.
And you've got to be up on top of that.
You have to.
Or your client could be in trouble, but you guys are on top of it.
Yes.
So how are you trained? I'm pretty sure this is an ongoing thing for you.
For me personally?
Well, for the firm.
Oh, for the firm? Well, actually, Mr. Chappell allows the CPAs, the accounting manager, and all that. They take those, attend the conferences and the training via. We got this IT guy, Tom Bade. He's like the
You
best.
can't live without the ID guy.
You can't live without him. I'm telling you, he's wonderful. But they're when those conferences are available to them, they can do it online, and so that they study the material. And then they have to take a test. They have to pass. They have to pass. Yes, they do. All of that is part of it, so that they.
I'm glad to hear that. Are you?
That they know what that they've learned, and have absorbed the changes, so they'll be prepared when it's time to do the taxes for our clients, and we're not worried about it. It's awesome.
Oh, it's good to run a business and not have to worry about. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I just got a letter from the IRS. What does that mean? I mean,
peace of mind is invaluable. There's no price you can put on peace of mind. There's no price you can put on that. And when you have a firm that that brings integrity to the table, they're not someone that's just going to crunch numbers at the end of the year and then it not be accurate, puts them in an awkward place. We don't do that. We don't do that. And because we are a faith-based business again, then we do things by biblical principle. So
there's no better way.
There's no better way.
The Proverbs.
Yes, exactly. And so it's just an awesome service. It really is. And I feel good. Again, I love to say this because this team of professionals, whatever I tell a prospect that we're going to do for them, they're going to back me up. They're going to back.
So it makes your job easier because you know they're going to back you up.
That's right, and I'm passionate about it because I know it's true, and so it's not like I'm not trying to give anybody some fluff. I just don't do fluff. I don't do.
I'd rather have the brass
give
tacks.
me the truth, and your show. I love the idea is about getting the truth. You want to give that, and if there may be some things that a client might have, a customer may say, well, we have this, or we were doing this with our other accountant. Do you all do that? If it's not something that we embrace, then we're going to be upfront with them.
Oh, that's the best policy.
Yes.
Because you're wasting everybody's time if you don't.
Right.
Or maybe if you have a client.
We're not going to mislead anybody.
Because you guys have a list of questions you go by anyway.
Yes.
Guess what? Half the show's already over.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it. Okay, let's go to a commercial break so if our sponsors can make this happen. We'll be right back in just a minute. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We we look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
My Towels solved the problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
mypillow.com.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Good afternoon, we're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications. That's up there in the North Alabama neck of the woods. And then you can find us on syndicated television, which is Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com, and they'll tell you the truth there as well. That's why I like doing business with these guys right here, okay? So sometimes you have to tell somebody something they don't want to hear, but it's for their own good, right?
That is true. That is true, because just like there are things that they expect from us as their accounting and payroll service, but there are things that we require of them as well. And so they
again, they're part of the team.
They are a part of the team, and it's their team. It's their team, and when they embrace the service, and there are things that we have what we call the ISS. It's initial strategy session, and that's from the beginning. They sit down with the CPA and Corey, the vice president, and we go over whatever it is that we're going to be doing for them, and what they can expect from us, but also what we expect from them to submit their documents and things timely and whatever.
Right, 'cause
And
you
so-
gotta have them to keep them out of trouble.
Exactly, exactly. And so, we've had a great record with that. I mean, we built our reputation on bringing this type of service, to the table for business owners.
And you've
but
been
also,
in business how many years?
I believe Mr. Chapman's been an accountant, has his own firm. I want to say this is 28, maybe 30 years this
Wow,
year.
that's a lot
I think
of
it's 30 years.
experience.
But before that, he worked for,
Uh-huh.
I think, an IT company, but then he also did his intern, I think, with another CPA firm here in Gadsden. So it's been a road for him and his wife. I mean, they took,
That's great.
because there was a time when she was in the office more
Uh-huh.
and did more things, just working alongside her husband and just making it happen, making it happen.
Now, what is your role there?
Actually, I do what we call inside sales. I
Uh-huh.
do marketing. I market the company, and
They've got that nice, friendly voice there.
thank you,
From Deana.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I do reach out to the business owners in all of the surrounding areas, because we've got these two locations, Gadsden and Hoover. So it allows us to service a broader perimeter. So I can reach out to just a wide area and offer the services. Just sometimes just ask if they need an accountant, if they maybe if they've had some issues with their current CPA. And it is true. Sometimes it's just not been a good experience for some of them, and then we talk with them, see what's going on, what they need, and we let them know what we can do for them, and if they want to come aboard and allow us to
Big part of the
become
team.
their and we become their public accountant or their payroll specialist or both or
Well,
whatever.
what if somebody has been doing their books by themselves and they've almost messed up? I mean, can you help correct that?
Oh, is these experts, when I say they are really experts, they are experts. So it doesn't matter how messed up it is. They can take it and put it where it needs to be, bring that that client to that place to where they have not just the organization, but they have the structure, because you need structure in your business.
Oh, yeah.
You need that. And so they can bring it. So it doesn't matter to them what you or I would probably freak out about.
I probably would.
It's nothing to them. It's nothing because that's what they do.
What's something that's maybe misunderstood about the IRS? But before we answer this, I want to mention to you something that happened.
Okay.
So I always heard that you save your books, you save everything for 7 years. Well, my husband saves everything from when we've ever been in business.
Oh my goodness.
He does, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he didn't listen to me. So we moved from Charlotte back to Alabama back in 2013. And I said, why are you bringing all that stuff, honey? I mean, there were boxes of stuff, from our former businesses. And I said, I thought they only went back 7 years. And he said, I keep everything. And I'm glad he did, because we actually got a notice from the IRS that said we owed $10,000. And this is back when we first moved back here, 2013.
Okay.
They went back to the year 2004
Wow. Okay.
for some reason. I don't know why they did that. And they said that we didn't send in our W-2s. And so my husband, of course, you know how organized he is, he goes, opens up that year box and he goes, here they are.
Okay.
And he said, I definitely remember sending them in. But we feel like we had to prove we were innocent, because they did a guesstimate on what it would have been. The guesstimate was a little bit over $3,000, but with interest and penalties from those years, we get the bill for over $10,000. Now, let me tell you this. I was the kindest person you've ever seen when I was talking to that IRS
Oh, I'm
person.
sure you
I was not being a jerk.
Okay.
I was just like, there's got to be a misunderstanding here. So, because all I had to do is send it in, and it got corrected.
Yes.
And then another time I was audited.
Okay.
Scared to death. Don't watch stuff on television. They're going to mess you up. So I had seen on television segments where somebody was being audited. They were coming in your house and turning it up. It was nothing like that. The guy was living in Anniston at the time.
Mhm.
And the guy at the Anniston City Meeting Center just called and said, bring your files, bring everything down here.
Mhm.
I bet I was scared to death. I you know I was very young. I was probably about 26 years old, something
Oh,
like
yes.
that.
Oh, yes.
And I'm scared, this guy's, and I was so polite to that guy. I mean, I said, well, here are the files, and this is on this, and this is on this, and this is on this.
Mhm.
He said, okay, just leave them, I'll call you.
Okay.
But 2 days later, he called,
Mhm.
and he said, come pick your things up.
Okay.
So I came, and I'm still freaking. I think he's about to tell me some bad news. He's going to come and go through my house and turn everything upside down.
Yeah, you're
It was
nervous.
nothing like that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he said, I said, are we okay? And he said, yes. He said, everything's in order. Everything's fine.
Mhm.
And he said, but let me tell you something.
Mhm.
He said, sometimes people come in here
Mhm.
and throw stuff on his desk.
Mhm.
I had everything in categories.
Oh, yes.
He said, sometimes it will be in categories and they'll throw it on the desk and say, go for it.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's rude. That's
He
not-
said, I'm not as kind to those people.
Okay.
He said, thank you for being kind.
Wow. Isn't that
So,
awesome?
I had two
Yes.
experiences that turned out good.
Mhm.
But no, I wasn't being a jerk about it. I was like, here are the folders. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I was going
yes.
to do that. So sometimes people get a bad vibe of what really happens with the IRS. And you
Well-
got about 3 minutes left in this.
Okay, so when it comes to things like that, we've not had a lot of clients to be audited.
Well, it's because you're doing it right to start with.
Right. And so, but the few that have, first of all, they never had to show up because we are CPA firms. If we say we represent you, we represent
Because you know how nerve-wracking that was when I had to go make that thing.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And so, so we take care of it. You know, there's and each time, you know, everything was just it was good
Uh-huh.
because sometimes they just randomly,
Yeah.
you know, choose. It's not necessarily because something has gone that you've done something wrong. It's just, you know, sometimes they randomly choose businesses or people.
Yeah, it's just a
to
random
audit.
thing.
Mhm. And so the few that we have had to be audited, the clients didn't even have to show up. We just took care of it. And everything was well. Everything was well.
So you know, a red flag, and we'll talk about this. We'll get a little bit more in depth with what a red flag is next time she's on the show.
Right.
But there are certain little things that'll just crop up. But you guys kind of figure that out before it goes
Yes,
out.
because they're watching. They know what to watch for. Because
There
they're
you go.
again, they're
As a
experts. They are experts in this. Yes, and so they know what to watch for. And if they see something that they think will cause a red flag to come up, then they bring it to the client's attention, and they say, okay, well, we need to fix this. So we take it's about taking a proactive approach to the needs of their business, and to make sure that they have the peace of mind that they so deserve because they work hard. They work hard.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
You know, this reminds me of the show with Andy Griffith. I still watch the Andy Griffith. I can just about quote the shows. And where Barney says, nip it in the bud. So what you guys do, you nip it in the bud before it explodes.
We nip it in the bud.
To get it fixed. Absolutely.
Yes,
How can folks get in contact with you?
Okay, if you're looking for us in Gadsden, Alabama, we're at 309 South 5th Street, Gadsden, Alabama, 35901. And the number is 256-546-9122, and my extension is 310. For our Hoover office, we're at 137 Business Center Drive in Hoover, 35244. The number is 205-978-8858, extension 310,
You're
right
gonna
off of
love
Valleydale Road.
You're gonna love
We're
doing
looking
business with
forward to
them.
you.
I'm telling
We're
you
looking
what,
forward
I
to
love
you.
this girl. I
We're
really
looking
love her. Absolutely.
Well, I love you, Donna. Thank you. We are the County Complete and Payroll Complete. We love you too. And we're going to talk more about payroll too.
We're going to be
at
doing
some
that, and
point.
we're going to dive in a little bit more about what you do next time.
Okay.
Okay,
that
thank you
sounds
so
good.
much for watching. See you next time.